We're kind of a jack of all trades. When you're in structures, you're a mason, you're a carpenter, you're a painter, you're a locksmith, you're a metal worker, which is like where we are right now. Here in structures, it's like we'll get a work order and then you get to start a job and you get to complete it like from start to finish. And at the very end, you get to look at it and say like, wow, I did that, I made that, and it's gonna last. People think of like construction and structures and they're like, yo, so that's a man's job, but yeah, it makes me feel very powerful to be a woman in this career field. Yeah.
Being a locksmith is a lot of fun. It can be very challenging because the components within inside of a lock are mechanical in nature, and they can be very difficult at times. Everything has to line up just right for a lock to work. A screw could be tightened a quarter turn too much and the whole lock won't work. A lot of it is just behind the scenes stuff people don't realize. There's probably more doors than anything else on this base, more door handles than anything else on this base, and we take care of every single one of those. When one breaks, we're the ones that got to go fix it. We secure everything. Anything that needs to be secured is kind of our responsibility. I really enjoy the mechanical nature of locksmithing because it's really rewarding to go to a job and have a failed lock and be able to fix it on site, especially here while we're deployed, because it's difficult to get more material. And we have so many different kinds of locks. We're trying to condense that and change everything over. But yeah, just getting out there and fixing the lock in the field when everyone else thinks it's failed and you need a new one. And that's a really good feeling. I love locksmithing. Within the structure shop, we do so many things, but by far this is my favorite thing to do within structures. I want to stay in the lock shop no matter where I end up in my Air Force career. I really enjoy being in the lock shop.
Hi, I'm Tech Sgt. Tift from CES Structures. Basically, in structures, we build buildings, we help lay out concrete, welding, masonry. We can literally put up a house, except for electrical and plumbing. If you can't put up a house right, don't even bother putting up a house. Anyone looking into the construction field, structures would be a really good starting point. Before I even joined the Air Guard, I was already into welding. But what it did do for me, it did teach me a lot more about carpentry. It kind of expanded my horizon with the construction field. In the civilian sector, I'm an insulators mechanic. And even though I'm doing insulation, it's still, like, structure still helps me out because now I know what I'm looking for while I'm on a job site. So basically, we're kind of looking for airmen that are self-starters. We don't like to micromanage here. Somebody who's a quick learner. So you're gonna have somebody who knows what they're doing. They're gonna train you, they're gonna teach you. And once you know that job, you should be able to hit the ground running. What our job does for the mission, if you don't have a base, you can't work. That's what Structures does, we build the base. If they tell us to go to a site, say over in Iraq or Afghanistan, we need a base, we need a fob, here's the plans, go. We have the first ones in, we build the buildings, we get everything ready to go, then everyone else moves in behind. My dad used to be a welder, and he taught me how to weld at a very young age. So I kind of followed in his footsteps. Just to create something was a lot of fun. Especially when I see, especially back home, I see boats out in the ocean that I've welded on. In fact, I've built that boat. I've worked on the USS Michigan. I know that submarine inside and out. I've welded on that submarine. I've built stuff for that submarine. And I love seeing it out in the water because I've helped create something that magnificent.
It's the little things that people don't really think about, like when they see the road signs and everything, we put those up for them. The paint striping on the airfield, helping the planes land safely, the warning signs on containers or the facilities that house the bombs and everything like that, helping to maintain the safety of airmen and the longevity of Kadena Air Base. I am part of the 52nd Civil Engineering Squadron of Kadena Air Base. I'm currently working in the C sign and paint shop. My favorite thing would have to be creating a sign from scratch, like getting the metal together, finding out what the customer wants, the verbiage, cutting the metal, printing it up on the computer, actually laying it out and putting it together and seeing the finished product hanging on base when I drive on or I'm walking around.